Yeah, so I did a brief presentation of the different sections of the portal that one needs to know when you're preparing to place a bid, right? And when you're preparing to place a bid, I will walk you through like from the beginning. So you'll do how to log into the portal. I'll share the presentation with you guys after. So you need to go, of course, to the URL, go to the login and sign in with your credentials. And your credentials, as always, is your username, email or username. And then password, in case you've forgotten, you go to forgot password. Pretty easy. And I'm speaking from the point of you already have your account active. Then the two-factor verification, usually it will be shared on email. So the one that you're registered on, and then you share, then you put it here, press login, and then it will log you into the portal. Once you enter the portal, the first place to navigate will be the menu. And the menu is on the left-hand side, and you'll see all these different sections. So dashboard, portfolio, transactions, corporate actions, securities, instructions, bids, auctions, and my account information. For the first part is the dashboard. So the dashboard, you will see, sorry, not the dashboard, the portfolio tab. You will see something like this. If you already have, or rather, if you already have active bids or bills or bonds. But if you don't have anything, of course, your portfolio will be zero because you haven't bid for any treasury bill or bond in the past. So here, these are my historical ones, for example, and they show the breakdown of all the bills or bonds, their reference numbers, and their amounts. If you have no investment, it should be blank, like I said. And then this other ISIN, that's the reference number that CBK give it. Issue number is the issue number that they give to us. So as we know it as this, I think CBK, them, they know it with this other reference number. But it's just a way to an identifier for them, I think. Then you navigate to the next part of the menu is transactions. So we've moved from dashboard here to portfolio here. Now we are going here to transactions. When you go to transactions, it will have this tab where you'll see the transaction, issue number. Again, the same issue number like we've seen before. They'll just keep the same identifier, the date, operation type, units, cash amount, and face value. On this display, all your transactions between CBK and yourself are clearly visible here. It's like a statement of successful bids, coupon payments, and tax remittances. So the list will be something similar to what I've shared here. So payment of coupon, initial placement, redemption at maturity, auction, payment. So these references appear with the following names under operation type, right? And again, they'll have issue number, transaction, cash amount, and face value. Your cash amount and face value could be different in case of like pay bills. Sorry, what am I saying? Pay bill. Treasury bills, sorry, where sometimes they will give you maybe even with bonds actually, if they give you a discounted or a premium rate, the cash amount will probably indicate what you actually paid, or sorry, the face value will actually indicate what you actually given for the value of the bill or bond, but then the cash amount is what you actually paid. So sometimes if you pay extra, the cash amount will look higher, but the face value is actually the value that they will give you. So for example, if you say, for example, now these current bonds that are open, they will probably have a premium price. So your cash amount, what you'll actually pay, will be higher than the face value. So for example, the cash amount might be 101,000, but the face value will be 100K. That's how they differ. But again, for most of you, this is your first time, so this tab will also appear blank. Then we are going to corporate actions. This is an interesting one. So corporate actions is this one. So corporate actions will have this tab. So it has upcoming, past, and all your transactions. Again, it's kind of also like another display of your statement, but it shows you another overview of all your upcoming, past, and all transactions you've ever done with CBK regarding bills or bonds. So even here, the ones that have probably expired or they've already lapsed, you might be able to see them here. So you see here, less than 3 months from now, this one is the identifier, this one is the issue number, coupon, and perform suspended. So this is just how, again, you can see your upcoming payments or anything that is due to you here, right? And then securities. Securities is this tab here after corporate actions. Securities shows all the government. This one, it shows all government securities ever posted from past to present ones. The ones with D indicate securities that have lapsed. They are no longer valid, right? They may expire. So again, issue number is the way we know them. ISIN is the way CBK identifies them, of course CBK, and then it will be different bonds, bills, whichever ones are here. Then you go to my bids. Now my bids is where you guys wanted me to show you. My bids is where all your bids will be visible after the fact, like after you've bid. So as the title suggests, this is where a summary of all past current bids are displayed. Here is also where you can quickly check the status of your bid once results are posted by CBK. Here at the my bids part, that's not where you actually bid. Again, for most of you, it will be empty for now, but if you have historical ones, you should have different bids here. It should be empty. But once you bid, your bid will automatically come here. And then the status will be submitted, something like submitted. It will only just say submitted, but it will not say successful or blah, blah, blah. It will just say submitted or something like that. At the auctions part, that is where you bid. That is what you guys wanted to learn today. That is where you bid. So all the open or available auctions by CBK, so whether it's a bill, whether it's a bond, they are all on this tab. And you can see, for example, currently, as at today, there is 2616,091, 2590, 182, 2544, 364. These three are treasury bills. Why or how do I know they're treasury bills? Because the reference numbers that they have are shorter, right? 2616, 2590, 2544. And they have the duration of the bill. So 91 means a 91-day bill. 182 means a 182-day bill. And 364 means a 364-day bill. The security here under security, what they say, KE blah blah blah. This again is the ISIN number that again CBK identifies them as. Issue number is how we, the general public, identifies them as. Start date is when they were opened for auction, and end date is when the auction is closing. Then here for create bid, this is where you go to create a bid. That's the next slide. And the last two, you can see reopen 1, IFB 1, 2022, blah, blah, blah. And the second one, again, IFB 1, 2023. They have, those are bonds because they have the longer reference number with IFB for infrastructure bond as the reference and FXD for normal bonds. Then stroke the year they've been, or rather they were posted, stroke the duration. And the duration does not change regardless of whether it's reopened or not. This, or rather the duration on the issue number, right? So for example, right now these two are already running IFBs, but this one we know has 11.8 years remaining. And the last one has also 15.1 years remaining. But you see the names that don't change, they still maintain the original duration. So like I said here, duration will not change for reopened bonds on the title, but in reality, you will only invest for the remaining duration of the period of the bond. Then step 4 is now how you place the bid. So once you choose whichever one of the securities that you want, you'll click create bid. When you click create bid, this will be at the top of the details of the security will be at the top. So this KE, again, it's an identifier for the coupon, the identifier for the issue number for the bond. Then here on the right, you can see the opening and closing dates. This section just displays what I've just said. And it's also a good time to double check if this is truly the correct security you intended to bid for. Then the bottom of this page, the same page, this is the bottom part of it. You will see this part of the screen. You'll see here a place where now you choose competitive or non-competitive, and for us Mwananchi, we always bid non-competitive. Face value is always in the denominations of 50, 100, 50, 50, 50. So 50, 100, 150, like that. Yeah, they've said here bidding increments of 50,000. So like do anything above 50 is the minimum. And then account number is your account number there. Placing agent for you, you don't need a placing agent because you're doing directly. I hope you're not using a placing agent. And then source of funds, always say local, even for my diaspora people on the call. And specific source of funds, always say salary. You don't need to put here additional information. And then you press accept and accept. And then once you do that, this grayed out tab for place bid will no longer be grayed out. You can be able to click it. Once you click it, the bid will now appear on this tab, on this menu of my bids. Okay, it's just that simple. And I didn't want to do all of you individually. That's why I just said I do all of you together. But again, these slides will be available to you to just walk you through as you're creating the bid, so that you don't forget anything that I've shared. So individual bid and non-competitive. Face value is the amount you would like to invest. Source of funds I've shared, and then tick the 2 prompts and then place the bid once it's done. And that's it. It's very simple, very direct, very easy.